Hi, today I'm going to discuss about the edge computing. What are the benefits behind it and why is it important? And what are the strength and weakness of it? And what is the cost? And what are the alternative technologies that can be used similar to edge computing? Hi, madam. I'm in this field for the past 19 years, delivering peace of mind for the business owners. And I will be discussing, giving some insights about technology for the business owners and for the IT professionals and contractors so that they can easily understand what is the technology and how they can adapt those technology in this modern world. Let's dive into this topic. What actually is edge computing is, let's consider like if you are having a headquarters and multiple branches. Edge computing actually requires to make the decision faster. When there is a critical time and you have to make the decision faster, edge computing comes. Let's consider like you having the branches and multiple branches, one in Australia, one in America, one in US. Sorry. Then let's consider about you're having the multiple branches, one in Japan and one in Australia, one in Malaysia and one in Singapore, one in Thailand and one in India, one in Germany and one in Saudi. Different branches and the headquarters in US. Let's see what happens from these branches to make some critical decision. It has to go through some different protocols and it has to go through some different layers of filtering the process. Then the headquarters have to make the decision and that decision has to pass on to the branches. There is a latency behind this decision making. If you want to know more about the latency, I have given another video in the link. You can go through that. So this latency makes the decision process inefficient. To avoid this kind of latency, the delay, we are bringing the decision manager to the edge, to the end point, so that that critical kind of decision will be done faster in favor of the company. So that is the process behind this edge computing. We are bringing that decision maker, the computational process, the decision maker, everything at that edge to make that decision much faster in favor of the company. Where the protocols will be added, the different rules and policies will be added, the processing power will be added, the storage capacity will be added, the network kind of bandwidth will be added. Everything has to be considered at that edge computing. Why this edge computing is important or relevant? It is important when there is a critical time, you have to make the decision much faster. There are people waiting for it. There are some process waiting for the decision. So in order to avoid that delay, in order to avoid those kind of latency, we are bringing that edge computing to that scenario. So it will increase the efficiency, it will increase the productivity, it will reduce the latency. The overall performance of the system will be increased. This is the process behind the edge computing. We are duplicating the decision maker at that edge in favor of the company. The key things to consider before we are going to deploy the edge computing is the network connectivity, the security, the data storage, and then the processing power. These four things has to be considered. So the network connectivity, actually it can do the computational at that local site, at the remote site, it can do that operation. If you are going to bring that data to the centralized area after making that decision, So this network connectivity has to be considered. So the data storage, how long this data has to be stored as a template at that end connection, at that edge, you have to consider that storage. The security will be increased throughout the system because we are processing that security at that edge. Like we are not going to transfer the raw data to that headquarters. So there is some drawbacks if you are transferring that raw data. There will be some security breaches. What happening at the edge is the edge will be capturing that raw data, and it will do the calculation, and it will make the decision in favor of the company, and it will encrypt that data. Then it will be transferred to that headquarters. So what kind of decision has been made, everything will be transferred to the headquarters for notification. So these are all the things we have to consider while we are going to deploy edge computing. Where and all you can apply this edge computing? As I said, when there is a critical decision is to be considered, critical decision has to be made, you have to consider this. Added on that, it will eliminate the energy consumption. Like different kind of processing power, everything will be calculated at that remote site. So the energy consumption will be reduced. Low wastage of the bandwidth will be reduced. And you will be increasing the total performance of the system. So you have to consider this kind. So then the security will be increased. On top of that, the overall productivity, the efficiency, and then the system performance will be increased at that edge. So this has to be considered while you are going to do edge computing. So where this thing can be applied, you can apply this edge computing by having a multiple sensors in a manufacturing field, in the transportation, the healthcare, and different places where the critical decision has to be made without transferring the data to the HQ, without referring to the HQ. So all the references will be done at that edge computing. It will make a decision based on the protocol, based on the policies for the HQ. What are all the strength and weakness behind this edge computing? As we are really dealing with that decision making, let's put it in a simply way. A late answer is a wrong answer in this modern world. Every millisecond value, the result has been counted. The intention is to reduce the latency. If you are having delayed answer, that is going to be a wrong answer. What happens if suppose you are giving a green light at the wrong time? There is no car has been waiting, but you have to give the green light when there is a car is waiting at the traffic light. It is considered as the transportation kind of field. So you have to consider, like, I have to give an immediate response at the immediate time, in instant time. So you have to consider this kind of situation. So where this edge computing comes and play. So for this, the strength is you will be having increased decision, prompt response. The speed of operation will be increased. The speed of performance will be increased. And then the data security will be easily secured. And the bandwidth consumption has been reduced. Effective management of the complete network is being managed. Whereas the weakness, as the multiple branches is being increased, the multiple decision maker has to be placed. So it will increase the cost, but the performance will be increased. So you have to contribute, like which you want to contribute. So whether you are going to giving the priority for the performance or for the cost, you have to consider. So there are some weakness. So that is the cost is the only weakness behind it. When you really want to increase the performance, increase the decision making, increase the productivity, you have to consider about that edge computing. Whereas the traditional way of computing will be from the data, from the edge, from the branch, all the data will be captured as a raw data, and that raw data will be sent to the HQ, and HQ will that receive that data, and they will do the calculation, and they will do the processing, and they will do the decision, and that decision will be sent back to the branches to make that decision. So this is the latency. To avoid this kind of latency, you have to consider about that edge computing. So this is the topic I want to discuss with you today. So if you are interested about more topic, please give a comment and what topic you would like to cover. And if you find this video to be valuable, please click the like button. And if you want to find more videos, please click the subscribe button. That's it for now. Thank you. See you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Thank you.